My mother gave my brother the house I bought, so I took back my life. Family betrayal doesn't hit like a slap. It sinks in slowly, like stepping into ice water. At first, you're just shocked. Then, it burns. And mine came at the hands of the two people I least expected: my mother and my brother. This isn't a story about greed or property. It's about being used, being underestimated, and what happens when you stop being the good child everyone takes for granted. Let me tell you how my mother secretly gave my brother the house I bought, and how I made them both regret it. All my life, I played the role of the responsible one. I'm the eldest child, the one who stayed home to help, got a job at 17 to pitch in for bills, never got into trouble. Meanwhile, my brother, let's call him Aaron, was the golden boy. He was charming, reckless, impulsive. He racked up debts, lost jobs, dropped out of college twice, and yet my mother always found a way to excuse it. He's just figuring things out. He's under a lot of pressure. Not everyone can be like you. I used to shrug it off. I told myself, I'm building something. Let him have the attention. I'll have the freedom. And for a while, that was true. I worked hard, got a good job in finance, and saved every cent. By the time I was 28, I bought my first house. Nothing fancy, a modest two-bedroom suburban home in a quiet neighborhood. But it was mine. I'd earned it. I thought I had. 2 years after I bought the house, my mom started having money troubles, or so she said. She called me one night, sounding shaky. It's just until I sort things out. Can you maybe add me to the deed? It'll help with refinancing. I was skeptical, but she cried, said she just needed a cosigner to help secure a better loan. Swore up and down it was just temporary. Said she'd never touch the house. So I did it. I signed over partial ownership. Still majority mine, but her name was on the title now. And that was my biggest mistake. Because 6 months later, while I was away on a 2-week work trip, I came back to strangers in my home. Aaron, his girlfriend, and their baby. My furniture was gone, my room gutted. My office turned into a nursery. I stood in the doorway, speechless. Aaron just grinned. Mom said you were moving anyway. Turns out, while I was away, my mom and Aaron had conspired to reassign the house. She went to the land office, claimed I had agreed to transfer full rights to her for a family arrangement, and then transferred the title to Aaron. They claimed I had donated the property. I was stunned. I confronted her, screamed, cried, and all she said was, "He needs it more than you. You're single. You can get another house." Like my hard work meant nothing. Like my sacrifices were disposable. I wanted to fight, to sue, but the paperwork was too neat, too perfect. I later found out my mother had forged a few signatures and even used my old email to approve things I never saw. It would take months, if not years, to untangle in court. In the meantime, I was out of the house, out of my own home. I crashed on a friend's couch that night, clutching the keys to a house I no longer legally owned. And something inside me broke. I could have cried forever. I could have begged, threatened, dragged them to court immediately. But I didn't. Because I realized the best revenge wouldn't come from fighting. It would come from watching them fall while I rose higher than they ever expected. So I let go of the house, for the moment. I told them nothing. No threats. No screaming. I just went quiet, and that scared them more than anything. I cut off contact with my mom, blocked Aaron, changed my number, moved cities, found a better job in a better firm. I didn't tell anyone in the family where I'd gone. And in that silence, I rebuilt. I saved. Bought a new apartment, in my name this time. I made new friends, joined professional networks, got promoted twice. I traveled, dated, found peace. Meanwhile, they thought they'd won, until everything started to unravel. I found out through a cousin that Aaron had lost his job, again. Apparently, being handed a house didn't magically make him responsible. The bills piled up, the baby's expenses grew, and that loan they took out against the house, the one my mother said she needed temporarily, it came back to bite them. They missed payments, defaulted, and then came the notices. Foreclosure imminent. That's when I made my move. I hired a lawyer, a good one. Quietly, we gathered every document, every piece of evidence, the forged email approvals, the forged signature on the deed transfer, the digital footprints showing they logged into my accounts without permission. We also found something beautiful. Aaron had never updated the deed properly. Due to unpaid filing fees, the title was still incomplete. which meant I had a legal foothold to fight. And I did. I filed the lawsuit quietly. No drama, no announcements, just a cold, calculated case served to both of them on a Tuesday morning. I was suing them for fraud, forgery, and unlawful seizure of property. And this time, they couldn't weasel out. They looked stunned when they saw me in court. I walked in calm, confident, dressed like I just walked off the cover of Forbes. Aaron looked bloated and tired. My mother, hollow-eyed and aged. They tried to deny everything at first, but the evidence was solid. Screenshots, metadata, witness statements from my friends, former neighbors, even a notary who remembered my mother acting weirdly nervous. And then came the twist. I wasn't just asking for the house back. I was demanding damages. The court ruled in my favor. The house was returned to my name. They were evicted within 30 days. They had to pay a settlement, one that wiped out their savings. My mother tried to cry in court, said she just wanted to help her son. The judge said, "You helped yourself to something that was never yours." They moved into a small apartment across town. Word got around the family and sympathy was hard to come by. Most relatives knew me as the quiet, responsible one, and now they saw the truth. Some tried to guilt me. "She's still your mother." And I said, "No, a mother doesn't steal from her child." I sold the house, not out of spite, but closure. I wanted no connection to that place anymore. Like and subscribe. Share if this happened to you or someone close to you.